Jai Shri Ram. Um, we are about to begin the preliminary pujas for our Ramayana recital for the first day of Ramayan week. For those of you who will be conducting the puja from your home, I have included the puja list on the screen, which we have shared with you previously. Kindly check that you have the ingredients and the necessary preparation made so that the puja may proceed smoothly. Sure. We'll give you another 2 minutes before we begin with the preliminary puja. Jai Shri Ram. Uh, we are now going to begin with the preliminary pujas. Those of you who are performing the puja from your homes uh, and you have the necessary ingredient puja items ready, kindly follow. Begin by sprinkling water on all your prayer goods and those of you, all the devotees around you as well. Om apavitraha pavitro va sarvavasthangato va yah swaret pundari kaksham sabahyabhyantara shuchihi. Now you must sip water from the palm of your right hand once with each mantra. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Rinse your hands. Om Rishikeshaya Namaha. Om Govindaya Namaha. Om Madhusudanaya Namaha. Now, all those of you who are performing puja, you must put a kus ring on your right hand ring finger. Om Pavitre Stho Vaishnavyo Saviturvaha Prasava Utpunam Yachidrena Pavitrena Suryasya Rashmabhihi Tasyate Pavitrapate Pavitraputasya Yatta Kamaha Pune Tatchakeyam. Now, using your thumb, place a chandan paste, a chandan dot on your forehead. Om Chandanam Bandhate Nityam Pavitram Papanashanam Apadam Harate Nityam Lakshmir Vasatu Sarvada. Light your lamp. Om Bhodeepa Tvam Brahma Rupa Andhakara Nivaraka Imamayan Kritang Puja Grihastejo Pravardhaya. Om Deepaya Namaha. Sprinkle water around yourselves and on the bedi. Om Prithvitvayadrita Loka Devi Tvam Vishnunadrita Tvam Cha Dharyamam Devi Pavitram Kuruchasanam. So we're now going to recite the Swasti Vachan. Those of you who have flowers and rice, you may take some flour and rice in your hand. Others, put your palms together and appeal to Bhagwan for blessings, prosperity, and happiness in life. Om Swastina Indro Vridashravaha Swastinah Pusha Vishwavedaha Swastina Starikshur Arishtanemi Swastino Brihaspatirdadhatu Om Payah Pritivyam Paya Oshadhishu Payo Divyantarikshe Payodhaha Paya Swati Pradishah Santu Mahiyam Om Vishnuratamasi Vishnu Shnaptrestho Vishnu Surasi विष्णुर्ध्रुवसि वैष्णवमसि विष्णवे त्वा ओम अग्निर्देवता वातु देवता सूर्यो देवता चंद्रमा देवता वसवो देवता रुद्रा देवतादित्या देवता मरुतो देवता विश्वदेवा देवता बृहस्पतिर्देवतेन्द्रो देवता वरुणो देवता ओम ध्यौ शांतिरंतरिक्षगम शांति पृथ्वी शांतिर आपः शांतिरोषधयः शांतिर्वनस्पतयः शांतिर विश्वदेवाः शांतिर्ब्रह्म शांति सर्वगम शांति शांतिरेव शांति सामा शांतिरेधि ओम विश्वानि देव सवितर दुरितानि परासुव यद भद्रं तन्न आसुव सुशांतिर्भवतु. You may place your flour and rice down on your bedi. Now, if you have a red string available, then please tie that on your wrist. Alternatively, you may put your palms together and concentrate on Bhagwan and ask for his protection. And at later, you may tie the string when it is available. Om Yena Baddho Bali Raja Danavendro Mahabala Tena Tvam Abhibhadanami Rakshe Machala Machala. Now we are going to read the Shanti part, in which we are appealing for the peace that exists in the heavens and everywhere should be the peace that should visit us and should give us peace and happiness. So you may take some flour and rice in your hand. Om Anu Bhadra Kratavo Yantu Vishwato Dabdhaso Aparitaso Udvidah Devano Yata Sadamid Vride Asanna Prayuvo Rakshitaro Dive Dive Om Devana Nam Bhadra Sumati Rijuyatan Devana Gwang Ratir Abhino Nivartatam Devana Gwam Satyam Upase Dima Vayam Devan Ayuh Pratirantu Jivase Om Tan Purvayani Vidahu Mahe Vayam Bhagam Mitram Aditindakshamastridham Aryamanam Varuna Gwang Somamashvina Saraswati नः सुभगामयस्करत् ओम तन्नो वातो मयो भुवातो भेषजन्तन् माता पृथिवी तत्पिता द्यौः तद्ग्रावाणः सोमसुतो मयो भुवस्तदश्विना शृणुतन्दिष्णया युगम् ओम तमीशानन् जगतस्तस्तुषस्पतिं धियन् जिन्वमवसे हूमहे वयम् पूषानो यथा वेदसाम सद्वृधे रक्षिता पायुर्दब्धः स्वस्तये ओम स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृधश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्योररिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ओम पृषदश्वा मरुतः पृश्निम् आतरः शुभं यावानो वितते शुजग्मयः अग्निजहवा मनवः सूरचक्षसौ विश्वेनो देवा अवसादमन्निः ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवा भद्रं पश्येम आक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गै सुष्ठुवाग्वं सस्तनुर्भिर्यशेमहि देवहितं यदायुः ओम शतमिन्नो शरदो अन्ति देवा यत्रादश्चक्रजरसन्तनूनां पुत्रासो यत्र पितरो भवन्ति मानो मधयारी ऋषतायुर्गन्तौः ओम अदितिर्ध्योर अदितिर अंतरिक्षम अदितिर्माता स पिता स पुत्रः विश्वदेवा अदितिः पंचजना अदितिर्जातम् अदितिर्जनित्वम् ओम ऋचं वाचं प्रपद्ये मनो यजुः प्रपद्ये साम प्राणं प्रपद्ये चक्षुः श्रोत्रं प्रपद्ये वागोजः स ओजो मयि प्राणपानौ ओम तं पत्नीभिरनुगच्छेम देवाः पुत्रिर्भ्रातृभिरुतवा हिरण्यैः नाकं गृभनाना सुकृतस्य लोके तृतीये पृष्ठे अधिरोचने दिवः ओम आयुष्यं वर्चस्य ग्वांग ग्वं रायस्पोषमोदपिदम् इदग्वं हिरण्यं वर्चस्व जैत्राया विशता दुमाम् ओम द्यौः शान्तिर् अंतरिक्ष ग्वं शान्तिः पृथ्वी शान्तिर्आपः शान्तिर् औषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर् विश्वदेवाः शान्तिर्ब्रह्म शान्तिः सर्वगम शांति शांतिरेव शांति सामा शांतिरेधि ओम यतो यत समीहसे ततो नो अभयं कुरु शन्न कुरु प्रजाभ्यो भयन्नः पशुभ्यः ओम शांति शांति सुशांतिर्भवतु. You may place your offerings on the bedi, and now we are going to do sankalp. If you have the following, then you may hold this in your hand: a betel leaf, betel nut, white rice, flour, and a coin. Betel leaf, betel nut, white rice, flour, and a coin. In the absence of these, take some water in your right hand and hold it as I recite the mantra. Hari Om Tat Sat Namah Paramatmane Shri Puran Purushoktamay Shrimad Bhagavato Mahapurushasya विष्णोर आज्ञया प्रवर्तमानस्याद्य श्री ब्रह्मणे द्वितीय प्रहरार्धे श्री श्वेत वाराह कल्पे कलियुगे कलि प्रथम चरणे दक्षिण अफ्रीका खंडे क्वाज़ुलु नटाल प्रांते. Now take the name of the city that you belong in. Amuk Nagare. Take the name of the road that you live in. Amuk Sthane. Chaitra Mase. Shukla Pakshe. Pratipata Tithau. Buddha Vasre. Then if you know your gotra, you take your name of your gotra. Kashyap gotra utpannasya. Now repeat your name. Amuk Namni. Ganesh Gauri Pujanam. Kalash Varun Devata Pujanam. Sanchipta Navgraha Devata Pujanam. Sri Ram Sita Ram Bhagwan Pujanam. Ramayan Patam Aham Karishyami. You may place your offerings on the bedi, or you may drop the water down on the bedi, on the floor. Acha, we are now going to do invocations to Ganesh Gauri as the remover of obstacles and the giver of prosperity and happiness and joy in life. So, those of you who have flour and rice, take some flour and rice in your hand. You may make these offerings on a Ganesh Murti if you have one. Or alternatively, you may make the offerings on a supari, on a betel nut. Om he he rambha tome yehi ambika triyambakatmaja siddhi buddhi patetre yaksha lakshalabha pitopitah nagasya nagaharatvam dhanaraja chaturbhuja bhushita swayude divye pashankusha parashwadheha आवाहयामि पूजार्थं रक्षार्थं च मम क्रतौः इहागत्य गृहानत्वं पूजां क्रतुं च रक्ष मे. ओम एतन्तदेव सवितर्यज्ञं प्राहुर्बृहस्पतये ब्रह्मणे तेन यज्ञमव तेन यज्ञपतिं तेन माम ओम गणपतये नमः. ओम मनो ज्योतिर्जूषितामाजयस्य बृहस्पतिर्यज्ञे इमं तनोत्वरिष्टं यज्ञगं समिमं दधातु. विश्वदेवा स इहम् आदयन्तामो प्रतिष्ठ इति प्रतिष्ठाप्य ओम गणानां त्वा गणपति गुंहवामहे प्रियाणां त्वा प्रियपति गुंहवामहे निधीनां त्वा निधिपति गुंहवामहे वसुमम आहम जानि गर्भदमात्मजासि गर्भधम्म. ओम भूर्भुवस्व गणपतये नमः. ओम अम्बे अम्बिके बालिके न मानिति कश्चन स सस्यश्वक शुभद्रिकां कां पीलवासिनी. ओम भूर्भुवस्व अम्बिकायै नमः. place your offering on your supari or murti, depending on what you have. Then take some flowers and offer a seat to Ganesh Gauri. Om Sumukhaya Namastubhyam Ganadhipataye Namah Grihana Sammishatvam Vignapunjam Nivarya Ityasanam Samarpayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. Offer that flower. Now sprinkle some water on your murti or your supari. Om Umaputraय Devaya Siddhyavandyay Te Namah Padyam Grihana Devisha Vignaraja Namostute Iti Padahyo Padhyam Samarpayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. Offer water again. Om Ekadanta Mahakaya Nagiyagyopavidaka Ganadhi Deva Deveshe Gyan Argyam Namostute Ityargyam Samarpayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. If available, offer some Panchamrit to Bhagwan. Om Payodati Gritha Chodre Sharkara Vishrite Kritam Panchamritam Grihanedam Snanardam Vignavanjanam Iti Panchamritam Samarpayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. Now offer water. Om Narmada Chandra Bhagadi Ganga Sangam Jail Janeya Snapitosi Maya Deva Vigna Sangham Nivarya Iti Snaniyam Jalam Samarpayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. Offer 2 pieces of raw cotton. Om Raktambara Dharadisha Pashankusha Dhareshwara Vastra Yugmam Maya Daktam Grihana Parameshwara Iti Vastre Samarpayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. Om Surya Koti Samabhasa Nagyagyopavidaka Suvarna Mule Rachitam Upavitam Grihaname Ityupavitam Samarpayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. Sprinkle water 3 times around the murti. Om Sugandham Irsham Tirthadi Putam Panyam Uktamam Achvanam Grihanatvam Vignaraja Varapradam Ityachmanyam Samarpayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. Now place a chandan dot on your murti using your ring finger. Om Isha Putra Namastubhyam Namo Mushakavahana Gandham Grihan Devesha Sarvalokyam Vivardhaya Om Iti Gandham Samarpayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. Now you may offer the colored powder which you may have mixed in a paste. Use your ring finger to do this. Om Abhiram Kumkumam Cheva Sinduram Bhagyavardhanam Nivedyami Te Mata Grihana Parameshwari. Offer some rice. Om Akshatan Nirmalan Shuddhan Rakta Chandan Mishritan Griha Neman Surasreshtha Dehi Me Vimalamatim Ityakshatan Samarpayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. You're now going to offer flour and grass where grass is available. If you do not have grass, you may offer flour and rice. Om Patala Mallika Durva Shatapatra Divignarit Supushpani Grihana Tvam Vibudha Priya Sarvatah Iti Pushpani Samarpayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. Now wave a lit agarbatti around your murti. Om Lambodara Vishalaksha Dhumraketo Namo Namah Dhupam Grihan Devesha Vignapunjam Nivarya Iti Dhupam Agrapayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. Now wave the arti around the murti. Om Ghritaktvarti Sanyuktang Bahaninam Yojitang Maya Deepam Grihana Devesha Rudra Priya Namostute Iti Pratyaksha Deepam Darshayami Ganesh Ambikabhyam Namaha. You must then rinse your hands and offer whatever prasad you have prepared. It could be a cooked prasad or it could be fruit that you have. You can offer a fruit to Bhagwan. Om Bhalachandra Namastubhyam Vignarin Modaka Priya नानाविधं गृहानेदं नैवेद्यं कृपया प्रभो इति नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि गणेश अंबिकाभ्यां नमः. Sprinkle water. Om Lambodara Ganadisha Gauri Putra Namostute Karanana Vishuddhyartat Jalametad Grihaname Itav Iti Jalam Samarpayami. Those of you who have, you may offer betel leaf, betel nut, a piece of camphor, some cloves, and a coin. Betel leaf, betel nut, a piece of camphor, some cloves, and a coin. Om Pungi Palam Mahadravyam Nagavali Daleritam Grihan Devi Devesha Drakshadini Sureshwara Om Hiranyarajatam Tambram Yatkinchit Upakalpitam Upainam Grihanedam Siddhi Buddhi Shatenama It Upainam Arpayami Ganesh Ambika Bhyam Namaha. Now offer a few drops of water on your murti. Om Raksha Raksha Ganadhyaksha Rakshatrailokya Rakshaka Bhaktanam Bhayam Kritva Tratra Bhuva Bhavarnavat Dvai Matura Kripa Sindho Shan Matura Grajo Prabho Varadatvam Varam Dehi Vanchitam Vanchitartada Anena Paladanina Paladostu Sadamama Idam Phalam Maya Deva Sthapitam Purtastava Tename Supala Vapti Bhave Janmani Janmani. Now take flour and rice in your hand and appeal for blessings from Ganesh Ji and Gauri Mata. Om Vigneshwarai Varadai Surapriyai Lambodharai Sakalai Jagadhitaya Nagananai Shutyagi Vibhushitaya Gauri Sutaya Gananatha Namo Namaste Bhaktarti Nashan Parai Ganeshwaraya Sarveshwaraya Shubhadaya Sureshwaraya Vidyadrai Vikitai Chavamnai Bhakta Prasanna Bharalai Namo Namaste Namaste Brahma Rupai Vishnu Rupai Te Nama Namaste Rudra Rupai Kari Rupai Te Nama Vishwarupa Surupai Namaste Brahmacharini Bhakta Priyai Devai Namastubhyam Vinayaka Swam Vigna Shaturdalaneti Cha Sundareti Bhakti Pradeti Sukadeti Phala Pradeti Vidya Pradeti Agreti Cha Yes Tuvanti Tebhyo Ganeshwara Dobhavanitymeva Lambodara Namastubhyam Satadamodaka Priya Nirvignam Kurumedev Sarvakareshu Sarvada Avahanan Najanami Tavarchanam Pujancheva Najanami Kshamasveti Ganeshwara Anya Puja Shriman Mahaganadhipati Priyatam बोलिए विघ्नहर्ता गणेश भगवान की जय. जग जगनी गौरी माता की जय. Acha, we are now going to do Kalash Varun Puja. Those of you who are doing the puja at home, you should already have a Kalash established as per the list that was shared with you. So you'll have your lota with your mango leaves and all the ingredients inside, and you'll have the coconut wrapped in a red cloth placed on a bowl of rice on top of the mango leaves. Now you're going to make all the offering on that. If, however, you have not prepared a Kalash, you may still do this puja by making all the offerings on a supari. So if you don't have a Kalash prepared, you may still do the puja by making the offerings on a supari. So you must take flour and rice in your hand. Om Tatvayami Brahmana Vandam Anasta Shaste Yajmano Haviravihi Ahedamanu Varune Budhirishavang Samana Ayuh Pramoshihi Om Bhurvaswa Bhuvarna Yahagakshiha Tishtaha Om Agacha Gacha Varna Vigana Vidvansakaraka Mama Karya Bhrityartam Sitim Kuru Jaladipa Om Etanta Deva Savitar Yagyam Prahur Brihaspataye Brahmane Tena Yagyamava Tena Yagyapatin Tena Mamava Om Pushpasanam Mahadivyam Sarvaranga Viryanjitam Jaladipam Grihanatvam Sarvasokyam Vivardhaya. And you may offer that flour and rice on your Kalash. Then sprinkle water on the Kalash. Om Gangadi Tirtha Sambhutam Sutaptam Jalamuktamam Padyam Grihana Devesha Jaleshaya Namo Namaha. Offer water again. Om Sutirthajam Jalam Shuddham Kanda Pushpakshater Yutam Argyam Grihana Varuna Sarvapati Nivaraka. Again, where available, you may offer some Panchamrit. Om Payodati Kritha Chodra Sharkara Sambhavam Param Panchamritam Grihanatvam Jaladhipam Namostu Te. Now offer water again. Om Ganga Saraswati Krishna Saryu Sambhavam Jalam Nana Sugandha Sammishram Snaniyam Swikuru Prabho. Using your ring finger, offer a chandan dot on the coconut or your supari if you're using one. Om Sri Khandam Chandanam Divyam Gandhadyam Samanoharam Vilepanam Surasreshta Chandanam Prati Grikyatam. Offer colored powders. Om Abhiram Kumkumam Cheva Sindhuram Bhagyavardhanam Nivedayami Tenatha Grihana Parameshwara. Offer some rice. Om Shuddha Mukta Phala Bhaistir Akshite Shashi Sannibhe Dhyotayami Mahabhaktya Dhyotayami Jaleshatvam Sarva Sampat Karo Bhava. Now you offer flower. If you have a garland available, you may also place a garland on your coconut, but flower will suffice as well. Om Malati Mallika Dini Pushpani Ritujani Cha Prakalpayami Varuna Sarvabhishta Pala Prada. Wave an agarbatti. Om Chandana Guru Chandrescha Sanyutan Bhugulanvitam Gritak Bhaktyam Grihanatvam Dhupam Varuna Sarvataha. Now wave your arti around. Om Sajang Sadvartika Yuktang Bahaninam Yojitang Maya Deepang Grihana Varuna Shantim Kuru Dayanidhe. Rinse your hands and then offer some prasad. Fruit prasad, whatever is available to you. Om Sharkara Grit Sammishram Godumam Sadhu Satkritam Pashin Grihan Nevedyam Sada Sokyam Vivardhaya. Then sprinkle water. Om Sushi Talam Jalam Apologies, we had a network problem. I'm going to... Dheeraj bhai, where did I stop?
Sorry, I think I also lost you.
Okay, acha. All right, so we're going to offer Naivedya. If you haven't, if you have already offered it, it's fine, but I'll repeat Naivedya. Om Sharkara Grit Sammishram Godumam Sadhu Satkritam Pashindrihana Naivedyam Sada Sokyam Vivardhaya. Sprinkle water. Om Sushitalam Jalam Shuddham Karpada Sishodanam Grihana Parya Pritya Jaleshaya Namo Namaha. Now, where available, offer betel leaf, betel nut, a piece of camphor, cloves, and a coin. Om Pungi Palam Mahadravyam Nagavali Daleritam Grihana Deve Deveshe Drakshadini Sureshwara. Om Hemaraja Tamra Dhyan Nitanyan Mayaritam Upayanam Jaleshatvam Grihana Mama Siddhayeha. Now take some flour and rice in your hand and appeal for blessings from Ganga Mata, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, as well as from the Kalash Varun Devta. Om Sarve Samudraha Saratas Tirthani Jalanada Ayantu Mama Shantyartham Duri Takshayakaraha. Om Kalashasya Mukhe Vishnu Kante Rudra Samashita Muletasya Siddho Brahma Madhye Matri Ganaskrita Kukshotu Sagara Sapta Sakrudipa Vasundhara Rigvedo Yajurveda Samuvedo Atharvana Angescha Sahita Sarve Kalashantu Samashritah. Om Devadano Samvade Matyamane Mahotado Utpano Sidata Kumbha Vidrito Vishna Swayam Tvaktoye Sarvatirthani Deva Sarve Twai Stitha Twai Tishtandi Bhutani Twai Prana Pratishtita शिव स्वयं त्वमेवासि विष्णुश्च प्रजापति आदित्य वसु रुद्र विश्वदेव सपैत्रिका त्वयि तिष्ठन्ति भूतानि यत काम फलप्रदाः त्वत्प्रसादादिदं यज्ञं कर्तुमिह जलोद्भव सानिध्यं कुरु मे देव प्रसन्नो भव सर्वदा। बोलिए विघ्नहर्ता कलश वरुण देवताओं की जय। अच्छा, we are going to do a short Navagraha puja now, and you may do this puja on a supari. So place a supari on your bedi, and you can make all the offerings on that supari. I want you to take some flour and rice in your hand, invite the Navagraha Devatas, and let's appeal for peace and happiness from them. Om A Krishnena Rajasa Vartamano Niveshya Nama Amritam Artayancha Hirnyanyena Savitaratena Devoyati Bhuvanani Pashyanna. Om Suryaya Nama Yahagakshay Yahatishta. Om Chandraya Nama Yahagakshay Yahatishta. Om Bhaumaya Nama Yahagakshay Yahatishta. Om Budhaya Nama Yahagakshay Yahatishta. Om Brihaspataye Nama Yahagakshay Yahatishta. Om Shukraya Nama Yahagakshay Yahatishta. Om Shanischaraya Nama Yahagakshay Yahatishta. Om Rahuve Namah Yahagakshay Yahatishta. Om Ketave Namah Yahagakshay Yahatishta. Place your flower down on the supari. Now offer some perfume and put a chandan dot on the supari. Offer some perfume and a chandan dot on your supari. Om Idam Gandham. Offer flower. Om Imani Malyani. Wave an agarbatti. Om Idam Dhupam. Now wave the arti. Om Idam Deepam Sadyam Cha Varti Sanyuktang Bahaninam Yojitang Maya Deepang Grihan Devesha Trailokya Timirapaha. Rinse your hands and offer some prasad or fruit. Om Nevedyam Samarpayami. Sprinkle water. Om Achmaniyam Samarpayami. Now take some flour and rice in your hand, or just put your palms together and appeal for blessings from Navagraha Devata. Om Brahma Murari Tripurantakari Bhanu Shashi Bhumi Suto Budascha Gurusya Shukra Shani Rahu Ketava Sarve Graha Shanti Kara Bhavanto. Boliye Shri Suryadi Navagraha Devatao ki Jai. So we're now going to do Sri Sitaram Bhagwan Pujan. So again, if you have a murti of Sri Sitaram, you may make the offerings on that murti. Alternatively, you might have a picture of Sri Sitaram and you may want to do the puja on that picture. Or again, you may make the offerings on a supari. So you will take some flour and rice in your hand as I read the invocation mantras for Sri Sitaramji. Om Shri Ramachandra Raghupungava Rajavarya Rajendra Rama Raghunayak Raghavesham Rajadhiraja Raghunandana Ramachandra Dasom Amadya Bhavata Sharanagatoosmi Dhyayet Ajana Bahum Dhrita Sharadanusham Badha Padmasanastam Pitam Vaso Vasanam Nava Kamala Dala Spardhi Netram Prasannam Vamam Karuda Sita Mukha Kamala Milalochanam Niradhabam Nana Alankara Diptam Dhatata Marujata Mandalam Ramachandram Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaye Pataye Nama Shri Rama Rama Raghunandana Rama Rama Shri Rama Rama Bharatagraja Rama Rama Shri Rama Rama Ranakarkasha Rama Rama Shri Rama Rama Sharanam Bhava Rama Rama Lokabhiramam Ranarangadhiram Rajiva Netram Raghuvanshanatham Karunya Rupam Karunakarantam Shri Ramachandram Sharanam Prapadhye Om Ayahi Bhagwan Rama Jagadishwara Dayanidhe Prasanno Bhava Deveshe Namastubhyam Sada Vibhuh Om Shri Rama Janaki Natha Ayodhyapati Pahimam Asanam Divya Sarvesha Dasye Hantubhyamishwaram. You may place those flowers down at your murti, picture or supari. Then offer some water. Om Raghavendra Kripanath Narakarno Taraka Adyam Grihana Devisha Mama Sokyam Vivardhaya. Offer water again. Om Kaushalya Sutta Shri Sham Rama Narayana Namostute Argam Grihana Devesha Sarvartha Siddhidayaka. Now sprinkle water around. Om Mandakinyastu Yadvari Sarva Papaharam Shubham Tadidam Kalpidam Deva Samyaga Cham Yatam Tvaya. Now offer some Panchamrit. Om Snanam Panchamritam Deva Grihana Purushoktama Anathanatha Sarvagya Girvana Pranati Priya. Water. Om Ganga Godavari Deva Payushni Yamuna Tatha Saraswatyadi Tirthani Snanartham Prati Grihyatam. Okay, offer 2 pieces of raw cotton. Om Veda Sukta Samayukta Yagyasama Samanvite Sarvavarna Pradedeva Vasasi Prati Grihyatam. Om Brahma Vishnu Maheshena Nirmitam Brahma Sutrakam Yagyopavita Danena Priyatam Ayodhyapatihi. With your ring finger, place a chandan dot. Om Sri Khandam Chandanam Divyam Gandharyam Sumanoharam Vilepanam Surasreshtam Chandanam Prati Grihyatam. Colored powders. Om Abhiram Kumkumam Cheva Sindhuram Bhagyavardhanam Nivedayami Te Mata Grihana Parameshwari. Rice. Om Akshatanscha Surasreshta Shubhraduna Nirmala Maya Nivedita Bhaktya Grihana Parameshwara. Flower. Om Mallikadi Sugandhidi Malatyadi Ve Prabhu Mayarthani Pujartham Pushpani Prati Grihyatam. Tulsi Patta, Tulsi leaf. Om Tulsi Manjari Bhirya Kuryat Hari Hararchanam Nasa Garbam Griyam Yati Mukti Bhago Nasanchayam. Wave the agarbati around. Om Vanaspati Rasod Bhuto Gandhadyo Gandha Uktamah Agreya Sarva Devanam Dhupoyam Prati Grihyatam. Wave the Arti. Om Sajang Cha Varti Sanyuktang Bahaninam Yojitang Maya Deepang Grihana Devesha Trailokya Timirapaha. Rinse your hands and offer some prasad. Om Ghita Pakvam Havishyanam Payasam Cha Sasharkaram Nana Vidam Cha Nevedyam Grihana Parameshwara. Sprinkle water. Om Sarva Papa Haram Divyam Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam Achvanam Maya Daktam Grihyatam Parameshwara. Okay, where available, you will offer betel leaf, betel nut, camphor, clove, and a coin. Om Lavang Karpur Yutam Tambulam Surupujitam Pritya Grihana Devisha Mama Sokyam Vivardhaya. Now, Arti. Om Chaturvarti Samayuktam Gritena Chasupuritam Nirajanena Santushto Bhavatvevam Jagatpatihi. Om Yani Kani Chapapani Janmantar Kritani Cha Tani Tani Vinashyanti Pradakshina Pade Pade. Bolye Shri Sita Ramchandra Bhagavan ki jai. Shri Lakshman ji ki jai. Rinse your hands. Then put your palms together and do namaskar to Shri Sitaram. Om Neelam Bodhara Kanta Kanta Manisham Veerasanadhyasinam Mudra Jnanamayi Dadan Apar Dadanam Param Hastam Bujam Januni Sita Parshva Gatam Satoruha Karam Vidyut Nibham Raghavam Pashyanti Muktangadadi Vidha Kalpo Jwalangam Bhaje Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktahinam Janardanam Yat Pujitam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tadastu Meha. Acha, we're now going to read the mantras for Shri Hanumanji, Shri Shivji, and Shri Durga Devi. ओम मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। ओम नमः शंभवाय च मयोभवाय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च शिवाय नमः। ओम कर्पूर गौरम करुणावतारम संसार सारम भुजगेन्द्रहारम सदा वसंतम हृदयारविंदे भवम भवानी सहितं नमामि। ओम विद्युद्धाम समप्रभाम मृगपतस्कंदसितां भीषणां कन्याभिकरबाल खेट विलसदस्ताभयासेवितां हस्तैश्चक्र गदासिकेट विसीकांश्चापं गुणं तर्जनीं विभ्राणां नलात्मिकां शशिधरां दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे। ओम जयंती मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते। बोलिए श्री बजरंग बली महावीर स्वामी की जय। श्री शिव शंकर भगवान पार्वती माता की जय। जग जगनी दुर्गा माता की जय। Acha, dear sisters and brothers, we are now going to have one bhajan, and when we return from the bhajan, then we are going to go on to our Ramayana recital, and the Ramayana recital is from the Sundar Kand. We're going to be reading Sundar Kand, and we are going to begin with Doha number 21. So we'll have a bhajan, after which we'll do the Ramayana recital, and we are going to be reciting Sundar Kand, and we are going to be starting from Doha number 21. So let us go on and with a bhajan first. Thank you.
देख लो मेरे दिल की नगीने में, हे विभीषण देख लो मेरे दिल की नगीने में, श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने 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 में। देख लो मेरे दिल की नगीने में, देख लो मेरे दिल की नगीने में, श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने में, श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने में, श्री राम। मुझको कीर्ति न वैभव न यश चाहिए, राम के नाम का मुझको रस चाहिए। मुझको कीर्ति न वैभव न यश चाहिए, राम के नाम का मुझको रस चाहिए। मुझको कीर्ति न वैभव न यश चाहिए, राम के नाम का मुझको रस चाहिए। सुख मिले ऐसी अमृत को पीने में, सुख मिले ऐसी अमृत को पीने में, श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने में, श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने में, मेरी राम। सच्चा आनंद है ऐसे जीने में, सच्चा आनंद है ऐसे जीने में। श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने में। श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने में। मेरी राम सीना है सबको ये दिखला दिया, भक्ति में है मस्ती बेदरद दिखला दिया। सीना है सबको ये दिखला दिया, भक्ति में मस्ती है बेदरद दिखला दिया। और सीना है सबको ये दिखला दिया, भक्ति में है मस्ती बेधड़क दिखला दिया। कोई मस्ती ना सागर और मीने में, कोई मस्ती ना सागर और मीने में। श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने 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 में। देख लो मेरे दिल की नगीने में, देख लो मेरे मन की नगीने में। श्री राम जानकी बैठे हैं मेरे सीने 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 में।
Dhanyavad. We are now going to have Ramayan recital, but before we do that, we will do the Ramayan invocation, which you may follow on your screen. जय ही सुमिरत सिद्धि होय सीताराम, गणनायक करिवर बदन, करो अनुग्रह सोय सीताराम, बुद्धि राशि शुभ गुण सदन, मूक होई वाचाल सीताराम, पंगु चरहि गिरिवर गहन, जासु कृपा सुदयाल सीताराम, द्रवौ सकल कलिमल दहन, नील सरोरुह श्याम सीताराम, तरुण अरुण का बारिज नयन, करो सुमम उरधाम सीताराम, सदा क्षीर सागर शयन, कुंद इंदु समदेह सीताराम, उमा रमन करुणा अयन, जाहि दीन पर नेह सीताराम, करौ कृपा मर्दन मयन, वंदो गुरुपद कंज सीताराम, कृपा सिंधु नर रूप हरि, महामोह तम पुंज सीताराम, जासु वचन रविकर निकर, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। कथा आरंभ होता है, सुनो वीर हनुमान, आसन को प्रभु आइए, सिया सखा सहित भगवान सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। So as I said, the recital for this entire week is going to be the Sundarkand, and we are beginning today with Doha 21. So let us sing from Doha 21 to Doha 22, and thereafter I will offer an explanation, and then we'll read another set of chopai and continue in that way. Acha. जाके बल लवलेस ते जितहु चराचर झारी, तासु दूत मैं जासु तुम हरि आनेहु प्रिय नारी। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। जानऊ मैं तुम्हार प्रभुताई, सहस बाहु सन परी लराई। समर बाली सन करी जस पावा, सुनी कपि वचन बिहसी बिहरावा। खायऊ फल प्रभु लागी भूखा, कपि सुभाव ते तोरे उरूखा। सबके देह परम प्रिय स्वामी, मारे हु मोरी कुमारग गामी। जिन्ह मोहि मारा ते मैं मारे, तेहि पर बांधे हु तनय तुम्हारे। मोहि न कछु बांधे कई लाजा, कीन्ह चहु निज प्रभु कर काजा। भिनति करऊ जोरी कर रावण, सुनहु मान तजि मोर सिखावन। देखे तुम निज कुलहि बिचारी, भ्रम तजि भजऊ भगत भयहारी। जाके डर अति काल डराई, जो सुन असुर चराचर खाई। तासो बयरु कभऊ नहीं कीजय, मोरे कहे जान की दीजय। प्रणत पाल रघुनायक, करुणा सिंधु खरारी। गए शरण प्रभु राखी है, सब अपराध बिसारी। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। So the episode that we are beginning with is, and that we are going to discuss, is actually the burning of Lanka. And how did this burning of Lanka come about? That is because Hanuman had gone into the Ashok Vatika. And in the Ashok Vatika, where he found, where he believed Mother Sita was available, was being kept captive, there he began to eat all the fruit that was available in the garden. And he was attacked by Ravan's guards, by the Rakshasas. And when he was being attacked, he defended himself, and he also hit and killed some of them. And in the process of causing this destruction in Ashok Vatika, Hanuman himself was taken captive, and he was brought to the assembly of Ravan, where Ravan is questioning him as to who he is and what is the purpose of him being in Lanka, and why did he eat the fruit in the Ashok Vatika? Why did he attack the Rakshas guard that Ravan had placed over there? So this is the context in which this entire episode is taking place. So the part that we have read this evening, that we are reading from today, is where Hanuman is now going to respond to the question that Ravan has put to him. That what is he doing in Lanka? Why is he showing off his strength there? Why did he eat all the fruit and destroy the trees in the forest? And why did he attack the Rakshasas who are there to protect the Vatika, the garden? So Hanuman says to him that that person through whose strength, through whose grace you have become great in this world. That means Ravan, the person through whose strength you, Ravan, have become great in this world. And you have succeeded in conquering so many different places in this world. And that person whose lovely wife, whose beautiful wife, you have stolen, Main unhi ka doot hu. I am that person's messenger. So he is answering this question because Ravan said to him, Re Bandar, oh you monkey, tu kaun hai? Who are you? और किसके बल से तूने मेरी वाटिका का नाश किया? With whose strength did you destroy my vatika, my garden, my beautiful fruit orchard? So Hanuman is answering that question and saying that I am the servant of that person with whose grace and strength you have become famous in this world and whose wife you have stolen. And then Ravan, of course, told him that you don't know about me. He, in the previous conversation, he said, do you know who I am? Ravan wants to know from Hanuman, do you know who I am? Do you know what kind of strength I have? So now Hanuman is responding to that and he says, Tumhari prabhuta ko main janta hu. He says, I understand your greatness. I know how great you are. And he says, Tum सहस्र बाहु से लड़े थे और बाली के साथ भी युद्ध करके तो तुम्हें बड़ा यश प्राप्त हुआ था. Now this is the sarcasm with which Hanuman is responding. He's actually poking fun at Ravan and saying to him, I know how great you are. And he's reminding him of two incidents in Ravan's life that were very humiliating for Ravan. One was when he had to fight, when he fought Sahasra Bahu, and the other was when he fought Bali. And actually, these are very humiliating instances in Ravan's life. So Hanuman is taunting him now. He is ridiculing him in the presence of everybody in Ravan's own assembly. So Sahasra Bahu means one with 1,000 arms. So actually, in the Puranas, there's a story of a king called Kartavirya. So Kartavirya is what his original name was. And he was a contemporary of Ravan. He got the name Sahasra Bahu because it was, as it were, his two arms were equivalent to the strength of 1,000 arms. Therefore, he was also given the name Sahasra Bahu. Now, one time, they say that Kartavirya was bathing in the Narmada river, in a river called the Narmada Nadi. And while he was bathing there, his wives also came to bathe. So what he did is he used his arms, which is equivalent to the strength of 1,000 arms, and he stopped the force of the river so that his wives could take a bath without any difficulty. Ravan, who was very young at that time, he was in his teenage years, he was sitting on the banks of the Narmada and he was singing the praises of Lord Shiva. And this activity that was going on at the river disturbed his concentration. So he challenged Sahasra Bahu to a battle. Why? Because Sahasra Bahu had disturbed his hymn recitation that he was doing to Lord Shiva. And then Kartavirya defeated Ravan and Ravan was humiliated. And actually he was taken captive by Kartavirya, by Sahasra Bahu. It was only when Ravan's grandfather, Pulastya, made a special appeal to Kartavirya that Ravan was released. So see, Hanuman is embarrassing Ravan in his assembly because Ravan was talking very highly about himself, says, you know, I am a devotee of Lord Shiva and I have all the gods under my control. So Hanuman is saying to him, yes, I know how great you are. I know about Sahasrabahu. So he's reminding about the humiliation. Similarly, Bali was one day busy with his Sandhya Vandana, his evening prayer. And Ravan had heard that Bali was a very strong person. In fact, Bali had a boon. The boon that was given to Bali is that anybody who stands in front of Bali and duels with him and has a battle with him, half of that person's strength will come away to Bali. That's the boon that he had. This is why Sri Ramchandra ji had to strike Bali from the back, from behind the tree. And everybody said that he was a coward. It's because Bali had this special boon that if you stood in front of him and you fought, half your strength will go away to him. So it becomes impossible to defeat him. So when Ravan heard about this strength of Bali's, he was not happy because he was a very egoistic person. He had a lot of pride in him, Abhimani he was. So he went to challenge Bali. So Bali was busy with Sandhya Vandana. So what he did is he lifted his hand and he caught Ravan under his armpits and he pressed him there. And he held him so hard that Ravan couldn't leave. And after a long time that Ravan was in this grip of Bali, then Ravan decided to bite Bali. So when he bit Bali, Bali thought that maybe some insect or something had gone under his arm. So he lifted his arm and that's when Ravan tried to run. But Bali then caught him captive and humiliated him. So this was another humiliating incident in Ravan's life. So Hanuman is embarrassing him in the presence of his ministers and his family. And he's telling him that I know how you fought with Sahasrabahu and I know how you fought with Bali. So he's antagonizing Ravan in the presence of his people. Hanuman ji ke aise vachan sunkar Ravan ne has kar tal diya. So Ravan just brushed it off. You know, he obviously was embarrassed at the reference to Sahasrabahu and Bali. Then Hanuman says, Hey Swami, mujhe bhook lagi thi. I was hungry, isliye phal maine khaye. Therefore I ate the fruit. So he's answering another question of Ravan. और बानरी स्वभाव से वृक्षों को तोड़ा. And it's my habit. I'm a vanar. My habit, I ukharod all the trees. I uprooted all the trees. Hey Daitya Raja, oh you king of all the Rakshasas. Apna sharir sabko priya. Every one of us, we like our body. We like to protect our body. So me too, those Rakshasas attacked me. I had to protect myself. Therefore I killed them. So he's answering one by one, he's answering all the questions that Ravan had put to him. Jin Rakshason ne mujhe mara, those who hit me, maine bhi mara. I also hit them. I retaliated. Is par bhi tumhara putra Meghnad mujhe bandh dala. And in this process, Meghnad caught me as captive. So Meghnad was also a very great warrior. One who thunders like the Megha, or one who roars like the clouds is called Meghanada. One who makes the sound of clouds. Very large sound he can make. And he was a very great warrior. But what he did was, he had the know-how, he had the skill to use a special weapon called Brahmastra. And he used the Brahmastra to capture Hanuman. So Hanuman felt that if he didn't allow Meghnad to take him captive while using the Brahmastra, it would be an embarrassment to Brahma, who had gifted this weapon to Meghnad. So to keep Brahma's reputation, Hanuman allowed himself to be taken captive by Meghnad. So therefore he says that in the process Meghnad came, and मुझे अपने बांधे जाने की लाज नहीं है, मैं अपने प्रभु का कार्य करना चाहता हूं. He says, but I have not embarrassed that I was taken captive? Because I'm here on a special duty. What is my duty? मुझे अपने प्रभु का कार्य करना. I am here to carry out the work of Sri Ramchandra ji. So when we are doing dharmic work, forget about what is happening around you in the world. Don't worry about who's laughing at you and who's saying what. Like Hanuman, we must be one-pointedly devoted to the work on hand, which is a dharmic karya. So therefore he says, I am not embarrassed that I was taken captive because I am doing Sri Ramchandra ji's work. And then he says, Hey Ravan, मैं हाथ जोड़कर तुमसे विनती करता हूं कि अभिमान को छोड़कर, give up your arrogance, मेरी शिक्षा को सुनो. Listen to my lesson. Listen to what I am saying to you. तुम अपने कुल को विचार कर देखो और भक्ति भयहारी को भजो. Why don't you think about the welfare of your family and sing the praises of Bhagwan? Take up bhakti. जो देवता, दानव और संसार के सब चराचर को खा जाता है, वह काल भी जिसको डर से डरता है, उससे कभी शत्रुता न करो. Don't make Sri Ramchandra ji your enemy. So in a roundabout way, he's saying to him, the person who is responsible for the movable and immovable, for everything in this world, don't make that person your enemy. और मेरे कहने से जानकी जी को लौटा दे. Please return Mother Sita to Sri Ramchandra ji. That's the shiksha he's giving. That's the lesson that he's giving. कर के शत्रु श्री राम जी प्रणतपाल तथा दया के समुद्र है. See, Sri Ramchandra ji is Pranatapal. He gives protection to anybody who seeks refuge in him. And he's Daya ke Samudra. He's an ocean of mercy. He has absolute compassion towards anybody. All you need to do is ask for it. Approach him and he will shower that mercy upon you. शरण में जाने पर, those who take refuge in him, तुम्हारे अपराध को भूलकर, he even forgets all your past deeds, तुमको अपनी शरण में लेंगे, and he will give you refuge. So this is what we need to understand about God. Don't worry about what our past may be. जब जागा तब सवेरा. When you come to an enlightenment, when you realize that what you have been doing is not good, then embrace Bhagwan. Take refuge in Sri Ramchandra ji. Sri Ramchandra ji does not ask questions about your past. Once we have surrendered to him, he will then deliver. And that's what Sri Hanuman is giving the advice here to Ravan. And he says, तुम श्री राम जी के चरण कमलों को हृदय में धारण करो और लंका में अटल राज्य करो. And once you show this bhakti towards Sri Ramchandra ji, after that you will be everlastingly the king of Lanka. You'll be respected. पुलस्त्य ऋषि का वश यश निर्मल चंद्रमा है, उसमें तुम कलंक मत बनो. Ravan's grandfather Pulasthi, whom I referred to earlier on, who released him from Kartavirya, he was actually a very, very pious individual, and he had lots of good qualities in him. So Hanuman is reminding him that you have such a grandfather in your lineage. Why are you becoming an embarrassment to your grandfather? Why don't you do the right thing? अहंकार व अज्ञान को छोड़कर, give up your arrogance, give up your pride, give up your ignorance, and think about it, that बिना राम के बानी शोभा नहीं पाती है. Nobody gets splendor, nobody gets fame, nobody gets prosperity, nobody gets happiness, peace or love in this world without Sri Ramchandra ji. Hey Dev Shatru, you who are the enemy of the Devtas, सुंदर स्त्री अनेक आभूषणों को सुसज्जित होने पर भी बिना वस्त्रों के शोभा नहीं पाती. No matter how much you can dress somebody, no matter how much ornaments you may place on somebody, if they are not wearing clothes, those ornaments are of no appeal to anybody. So you don't behave like that person there. Embrace Sri Ramchandra ji and you will certainly be delivered. Acha, so let's read the next set of chopais from number 22. Sorry, we starting with the chopai after number 22. राम चरण पंकज उर धरऊ लंका अचल राज तुम करहू ऋषि पुलस्ति जसु विमल भयंका तेहि तसि महु जनि होहु कलंका राम नाम बिनु गिरा न सोहा देखु बिचारी त्यागी मद मोहा बसन हीन नहीं सोह सुरारी सब भूषण भूषित वर नारी राम विमुख संपति प्रभुताई जाई रही पाई बिनु पाई सजल सूल जिन सरितन नाही बरसी गए पुनि तबहि सुखाई सुनु दस कंठ कहु पन रोपी विमुख राम त्राता नहीं कोपी शंकर सहस विष्णु अज तोहि सकहि न राखी राम कर द्रोही मोह मूल बहुसूल प्रद त्यागहु तुम अभिमान भजऊ राम रघुनाथ कही कृपा सिंधु भगवान सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय। तो हनुमान रावण को यहाँ पर सलाह दे रहा है, उसको शिक्षा दे रहा है कि तुम ऐसे परिवार से है जिसमें पुलस्त्य ऋषि था, and Pulasthi Rishi is one of the Sapta Rishis. When we do Tarpan and we turn to the north and we offer water to the Rishis, then we offer water to Pulasthi Rishi as well. So Pulasthi Rishi is a very respected and celebrated individual, and he has a lot of good qualities. He's a very morally upright individual. So don't bring ill fame to a family in which Pulasthi Rishi is the grandfather. And you must remember that you are nobody without Shri Ram. Shri Ram ji se vimukh hokar, if you turn against Shri Ramchandra ji, यश ऐश्वर्य और संपत्ति पाई हुई भी जाती रहेगी. So even if you attain yash, you become famous, you get aishwarya, you get a lot of opulence, you get a lot of material wealth and sampati. You can get all the things in the world, but if you are against Sri Ramchandra ji, these things, so-called material things that will come to you, they will disappear faster. They will go away faster because you do not have God on your side. Or na paane ke samane, and it's equivalent to not having anything. So, hey Ravan, suno. Therefore, listen to me. मैं प्रतिज्ञा करता हूं कि श्री राम जी से विमुख मनुष्य का रक्षक कोई नहीं है. I am giving you my firm word that a person who goes against Sri Ramchandra ji, it can be protected by nobody. Because see, Ravan said, that he has conquered so many people in this world. He's a Shiv Bhakt and all those things. So Ravan is saying to Hanuman is saying to him, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you think you have on your side. But the fact that you have created enmity with Sri Ramchandra ji, it just cannot be good for you. हजारों शंकर विष्णु और ब्रह्मा जी भी श्री रामचंद्र जी के शत्रु तुम्हारी रक्षा न कर सकेंगे. So you mustn't think that Shankar ji is going to protect you when you go against Sri Ramchandra ji. You mustn't think that Vishnu is going to protect you or Brahma is going to protect you. You know, sometimes the child, when he becomes in disfavor with the father, when he has done something wrong and the father is angry with him, the child thinks that if he goes to the mother, he'll get protection. Very often, the mother will not protect him because the mother will say to him, no, you are going against your father. I can't support you in that. So Hanuman is giving this advice here. You're going against Sri Ramchandra ji. Don't have this pride in you that Shivji Vishnu and Brahma are going to protect you. Not because they are lesser than Ram, but because they will not protect you because you have gone against Sri Ramchandra ji. So this is what he's saying to Ravan. जो अभिमान मोह की जड़ और बहुत से दुखों को देने वाला है, उसे तुम त्याग दो. Why are you embracing those things which are going to bring trouble in your life? What is going to bring trouble in your life? Abhiman, arrogance, pride, moha, attachment to material things. Right? These are the root cause of all kinds of calamities and problems and troubles in this world. Therefore, give up those things. और कृपा सिंधु रघुकुल के स्वामी श्री रामचंद्र जी का भजन करो. Instead, sing the praises of Sri Ramchandra. That's what you should be doing. You should give up all these ill habits of yours, and instead you should concentrate on on singing the praises of Sri Ramchandra ji. So let us read the next set of chopais. जदपि कही कपि अति हित भानी, भगति विवेक भर विरत नय सानी. बोली बिहसी महा अभिमानी, मिला हमहि कपि गुर बर ज्ञानी. मृत्यु निकट आई खल तोही, लागे सी अधम सिखावन मोही. उल्टा हो अहि कह हनुमाना, मति भ्रम तोर प्रगट मैं जाना. सुनी कपि वचन बहुत खिसी आना, हर उन बेगी मूर कर प्राणा. सुनत निशाचर मारन धाये, सचिवन सहित विभीषण आये. नाई शीस करि विनय बहुता, नीति विरोध न मारिय दूता. आन दंड कछु करिय गोसाई, सब ही कहा मंत्र भल पाई. सुनत बिहसी बोला दस कंधर, अंग भंग कर पटियव बंदर. कपि मैं ममता पूछ पर, सब ही कहु समुझाई. तेल बोरी पट बांधी पुनी, पावक देहु लगाई. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय. उमापति महादेव की जय. अच्छा, so हनुमान ने भक्ति, ज्ञान और वैराग्य से भरी हुए भलाई की बात कही. So Hanuman has been giving a discourse, so to speak. He's been educating Ravan about bhakti, devotion, right? Attaching yourself to Bhagwan, about jnana, spiritual knowledge, and vairagya, dispassion, detachment. So this is what he's been saying to, and in fact, the lesson is for all of us. If we become like Ravan, if we become abhimani, agar hum abhimani ho jayenge, if we become arrogant, तो हमारा अंत भला नहीं हो सकता. Our end can't be good, जैसे रावण का हुआ. तो इसीलिए हमारे जीवन में हमें क्या चाहिए? हमें भक्ति चाहिए. We need devotion to भगवान. हमें ज्ञान चाहिए. हमें not just secular knowledge, हमें spiritual knowledge चाहिए. और वैराग्य, and we need to be detached. और इनमें से तीनों में रावण निपुण नहीं है. Ravan is guilty of all these things. He is devoted to his material things. He is devoted to all his family and his city. He got no devotion to Sri Ramchandra. And he expects Lord Shiva to protect him, even though he's devoted to Lord Shiva. But Lord Shiva won't protect you if you are going against Sri Ramchandra. He's not prepared to accept Gyan, which is spiritual knowledge. He's not prepared to accept Vairagya. तो भी अभिमानी रावण हंसकर कहने लगे. So even though he's been given this beautiful gem, he's been given this beautiful lesson about life, he is arrogantly laughing at Hanuman. He's jeering at Hanuman. कि यह बंदर, he's saying this monkey, तो मुझे बड़ा ज्ञानी गुरु मिला है. Oh, I got a very great guru in front of me. So he's being sarcastic and saying, oh, this bandar, this monkey is trying to behave like a jnani, like a knowledgeable person, like a guru. So you see, again, this is Ravan's downfall. That it doesn't matter who is giving you the advice. If the advice is good, we must accept it. In his case, he's been given good advice, but he's chukrawoing it. He's rejecting it. Why? Because he a bandar. This is a monkey. He sees that person as a monkey. He doesn't see that person as a carrier of good information. And this is what we must learn in life as well. That we must catch on to the advice, the good advice that people are giving us, right? And not think about and say, well, that person is like this and all that. But if good advice is coming through, we must accept it and not behave like Ravan, who is saying that this fellow is acting like a great guru of you. And then now look at how he refers to Hanuman. He says, Re Dushta. He addresses Hanuman as a Dushta, as a wicked person. How ironical is this? Height of irony. That a Dushta, Ravan, who is a Dush, because he has abducted Mother Sita, he is calling an emissary, a messenger of the Lord, a Dushta. He says, Re Dushta. Teri mrityu nikat aa gayi hai. Your death is very close. You are close to the end of your life. This is what Ravan is saying to Hanuman. Aur tu updesh dene chala, and you have the what you call guts to come and give updesh, to give advice to me, knowing full well that your life is about to end. And then Hanuman retaliates and he says, Teri mot nikat aa gayi hai. He tells Ravan, oh, wrong. Your death is imminent. Your death is coming up. Tujhe mati bhram ho gaya hai. Your mati, your mind, your intellect, your thinking powers have been confused. They have been interfered with. You're not thinking straight. And you must understand this carefully. Hanuman ji ke vachan sunkar Ravan bahut krodit hokar bola. Ravan became very, very angry. Right? He was absolutely irritated when Hanuman told him that, no, your death is almost close to the doors. And he refers to Hanuman as a murk. He says, Is murk ke pran hi kyo nahi le lete hai? He's asking everybody, why don't we kill this murkha, this stupid person, referring to Hanuman. यह सुनकर राक्षस मारने दौड़े. And you know, mass mentality, mob mentality, nobody thinks about the consequences. Ravan only said, should we not kill this murkha? And what happens? All his Rakshas friends, they daure, and what they did, they tried to attack Hanuman. So they're not thinking about the consequences of what has happened, right? They want to simply go ahead and put into action a suggestion that Ravan has made. He hasn't even given the instruction. He's saying, Is murk ke pran hi kyo nahi le lete hai? Why don't we kill this person? And they only said that, and the Rakshasas immediately went forward to attack Hanuman. And at that moment then, Mantriyo Sahit Vibhishan aa gaya. So at that particular moment, Vibhishan, together with some of the other ministers, entered the assembly. Sheesh Nawakar, they bowed down their heads, they took obeisance, और बहुत विनय करके, and with a lot of humility, विभीषण ने रावण से कहा. Vibhishan addresses Ravan. So we must notice Vibhishan is a bhakta. Vibhishan is a dharmic individual. He has not forgotten the decorum, what is expected of him as a younger brother. He is not speaking in harsh tones to Ravan. Today, we so quickly want to become antagonistic towards our own family, whether they are bigger than us or not. Vibhishan, knowing what Ravan is doing, knowing what he has done, yet he respects him as the king of Lanka, and he respects him as an elder brother, and he speaks in sweet tones. He speaks in a respectful way. And he says, Hey Maharaj, O king, दूत को मारना उचित नहीं. It is not appropriate to kill a messenger. So there's a very important message, a lesson here. When somebody comes to you with a message, don't kill that messenger. He's simply bringing information from somebody else. Somebody else has sent him with a piece of information, and he is simply carrying out a duty that has been given to him. He's passing that message on. So therefore, it is not appropriate to attack or to physically or to be violent against a दूत. He says, यह नीति के विरुद्ध है. This is against the laws of politics. Remember that in Mahabharata also, when जब श्री कृष्णा दुर्योधन के पास जाता है, कौरवों के पास जाता है, शांति का दूत बनकर, as a messenger of peace, तो वहां भी विचार हुआ कि क्यों ना हम श्री कृष्ण जी को बंदी करके इसको मार डालें. They also wanted to imprison Shri Krishna Bhagwan. They wanted to attack him. They to be reminded as to what is the niti, what is the rule, what is the law. And niti यह है कि दूत को मारा नहीं जाता है. That you don't attack the दूत, because the दूत is simply carrying out an instruction of his master. Your problem is with the master, not with him. तो यह नीति के विरुद्ध है. अतः इसे कोई और दंड दीजिए. Therefore, don't attack him. You might want to find some other way of dealing with this situation. सबने कहा, हे भाई, यह सलाह ठीक है. Fortunately, others who were there had the senses about themselves and they agreed that this is the right thing to do. यह सुनकर रावण हंसकर कहने लगा, अच्छा, इस बानर को अंग भंग कर भेज दो. Let's interfere with some part of his body. That's what we're going to do. मैं सबको समझा कर कहता हूं, he says, I'm explaining to all of you कि बंदर की ममता पूंछ पर अधिक रहती है. That a monkey is very attached to its tail. Of the all parts of its body, the one thing that a monkey is very much attached to is his tail. अतः therefore उसी को तेल में डुबोकर कपड़ा बांध कर आग लगा दो. Then dip it in oil, tie a cloth there and set it alight. So that's the punishment that they want to give to Hanuman for the way in which he has behaved in Ashok Vatika, and for the answers that he's given, and for the humiliation that he's trying to cause for Ravan. They want to set his tail alight and burn that. तो आज यहाँ पर हम इस पाठ को विश्राम करते हैं. We're going to stop the part here. Tomorrow we will continue from this same point with our story of Sundarkand. कथा विसर्जन होता है, सुनो वीर हनुमान, आसन को प्रभु जाइए, सिया सखा सहित भगवान, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय. So we're now going to have Aarti and Visarjan. So those of you who are doing Aarti at home, please get your Aarti ready. And we're going to have the Dheeraj Bhai and Mishan Bhai who's going to play the Aarti for us. And after the Aarti, I will then do the Visarjan and the concluding puja. Acha? So Aarti. कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। ॐ मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष मङ्गलाय तनोहरि। ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते। You can sprinkle some water around your arti. Om yani kani cha papani janmantaratani cha tani tani vinashyanti pradakshina pade pade. Sure. We'll do Visarjan now. Om Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santo Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Tukabhak Pavet Om Asato Ma Sadgamya Tamso Ma Jyotirgamya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Om Apradha Sahasrani Krihante Har Nishangmaya Dasoyam Iti Mamatva Kshamaswa Parameshwara Avahanan Najanami Visarjanam Pujancheva Najanami Kshamaswa Parameshwara Anyatha Sharnam Nasti Tvameva Sharnamama Tasmat Karunya Bhavena Rakshatvam Parameshwara. बोलिए विघ्नहर्ता गणेश भगवान की जय। श्री राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय। श्री शिव शंकर भगवान पार्वती माता की जय। श्री सीता रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। श्री लक्ष्मण जी की जय। श्री बजरंगबली महावीर स्वामी की जय। जग जगनी गौरी दुर्गा काली लक्ष्मी सरस्वती माता की जय। श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय। सनातन धर्म की जय। सब पितर देव की जय। ओम नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव हर। जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। जय सिया राम. Please note, satsang tomorrow will begin at 6:30. So, and the link will be shared with you a few minutes before satsang. Dhanyavad. Shubh Ratri. Jai Shri Ram.